So I thought I might have another little crack at Baptism by Fire Battalion Combat Series. So I've created the setup, and I just wanted to have a quick run through really first of the situation, as you can see, and apologies for the glare again. I've got sunshine screaming through the blinds. This is First Armoured, and it's CCA. Probably goes down as one of the great thankless tasks given to a unit during the Second World War. You can kind of see, well, probably everybody knows the situation, but you can kind of see that that little unit right in Sidi Bouzid in the middle there. The HQ is underneath there. It has a range of 5, so the consequence of that is you've got some isolated units who will kind of just fight on as best they can. And down here we've got the recon, yeah, sort of scattered, and the famous Kearns Crossroads there with the mech infantry. So just to try and get a bit of a handle on the scope there, I mean, effectively, if we start in this bottom corner of the map, so we are bottom right, Sidi Bouzid, First Armoured. If we kind of go up what was part of the front line, we will go past there and we come to Hadia Elohim. I can't really see what the name of that village is, which is CCC, First Armoured. And then if we track down, what highway is that? I'm not sure what that is. It isn't 13, but it's the road from Fonduk. So if we track down that road, we come to Spela, and then if we track down, then we come down through to Kasserine, and moving down again, we arrive at Feriana, and there's Task Force Stark and Thopt. And that's it really. That's the allied units on the board. So big area, very few counters. That's the game. Now again, just to kind of highlight, and you'll have noticed probably as I was doing that, if I might as well start here, in fact, if we start with the Thopt, you can see we have a green square, green cube. Now these represent the Tebessa option for the Germans. So again, if we go up and we hit the edge of the map, and you can see there's 2 more there. And then if we go further up again, 1 more there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 victory points dedicated to the Tebessa option, because in this game the Axis player plays the game up until the 19th, which is well, it's past halfway really, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, 4 left. So yeah, just past the halfway, I think. And on turn 6, which is the 19th, the Axis draws a chit which gives him his chosen victory condition. Not ideal, but represents the indecision of the Axis command up until that point in the campaign. So he doesn't really know what he's going for. So anyway, those 1, 2, 3, 4 green ones represent Tebessa. If we go up this side, so up to CCC again, we can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up at Roya there, and those represent the Lakef option. And then in the middle ground, we come along here, we've got Spetla, we've got Kasserine, and then as we go in through the dorsal, 1, 2, and then up here we kind of split slightly, so we've got another 2 and 3, and down this side another 2 going up to Hydra. So the white, oh, I missed a Tebessa one. I knew there was a 1 missing, so obviously there's 1 in there that should be a green. So we have got equal numbers between Tebessa and Lakef, and those white ones are basically, they will suit either, so you can capture those for either. So in a way, it points to the Casarin Pass. You need to be thinking about the Casarin Pass as the Axis player. Partially because, although if we go down this way, you can kind of see there's a main road going through, well, towards Buchebka. And then we have the Jebel again, we have the mountain. And then we have the pass. And then if we come to this side again, we've got Jebel Samama. And that runs up through these other Jebels all the way through. But if you notice, apart from right at the very, very top there are no roads through this area. So that's a complete block, basically, effectively. So if you're trying to get an MSR, the only place you're going to do it as the Axis is through Casarin and through that way. And you're going to need to push the Allies back all the way through there. So obviously that's where they're going to kind of be defending in probably great numbers. And that's the game, I guess. That's the scenario. Yeah, the challenge for the Allies is how few units they get and how much they've got to hold. And certainly from this starting point where CCA is so isolated, and as we know, the starting point for the Axis is there are four formations going to come on and kind of push through that initial area. And just try and pan back a little bit and see what we can get in terms of, this might go sort of too blurry and out of focus, I don't know, but let's just, does that give us a scale? It doesn't quite, does it, because we can only just see the greens kind of kicking in there. Yeah, it's a big old map. Well, it's two maps obviously, really, effectively two maps side by side, but it's a big old area for not many counters to be trying to hold the ground. But that's the setup.